After going through this unit, you will all be able to define program governance and its importance, draw a governance structure, describe the functions of different managerial wings. Governance is critical to development and therefore, it has also to play important role in development communication system. Rogers in 1976 has rightly said that development communication is the study of social change brought about by application of communication research, theory and technologies to bring about development. As development communication requires a systemic approach to bring about development, therefore, governance of development communication is very essential. In this unit, we will deal with governance structure and its establishment and functioning. We will first talk about program governance, its importance and its principles. Let us first examine the importance of program governance. Program governance helps the organization to systematically implement the projects so that the goal and objectives of the implemented project are achieved within the given time. A program is a major initiative taken by an organization either through its own fund or by receiving funds from external agencies. For effective implementation of project in order to get the desired output, project governance is very essential. The program governance addresses a number of issues. First, it defines and implements a structure within which to execute the program management. Second, provides active direction and periodically reviews interim results. And third one is identifies and executes achievement of planned outcome. The purpose of good governance is to provide the environment that facilitates or even forces the right decisions to be made by the right people at the right time. We will now examine program governance and its principles. A few important principles of program governance are as follows. The first one is single point of accountability. The personnel involved in the governance affair of the program need to be accountable to their job responsibility. One should not shift the responsibility on the other for any fault in the program formulation and implementation. On the other hand, there should not be fight among the program management for taking the credit for the successful implementation of any program. To be accountable means to be sincere to one's duties and responsibility. Any procrastination will bring bad name to the management. It is better to establish single point of accountability so that there is less possibility of shifting of responsibility. Second principle is separate project governance and organizational governance. The project board must take key decisions relating to the project. If it is left to the organizational governance, it will lead to delay in program decision making. Third principle is empowerment of the program manager. This means that as the program manager is accountable for the success of the program, therefore, he or she must be empowered, decision making authority must be vested in him. Fourth, ensure consistent decision right. There may be many entities associated with the governance of the project. It is therefore important that each decision making layer is clear on its decision rights. Fourth is documentation. The government arrangements should be documented. To be frank, each organization needs to have a project governance policy. The role and functions of managerial wings of program governance. The governance structure consists of important wing. Those are: first one, advisory committee; second one, steering committee; and third one is core development group consisting of program planning unit, communication development unit, and monitoring and evaluation unit. We will first examine the advisory committee. The advisory committee is the beginning point of the governance structure. This committee is the key point for taking all important decisions regarding the effective governance of the program. The advisory committee must consist of members from the top level management of the organization and also the subject experts from within as well as outside the organization. It must meet time to time to take the stock of implementation of the program and give useful advice regarding its effective implementation. Second one, the steering committee. The real work starts after the formulation of the steering committee. This committee is the kingpin of the governance structure who actually steers the program. Its role is to provide guidance, strategic direction and networking, communication, and to agree on a model for the future funding and governance of the program. Some of the important functions of the committee are to articulate and communicate the mission of the program, to identify working principles relating to program implementation. Next is to look after the operational and financial issues relating to program, and from time to time review progress against key goals set up, create an enabling environment for the task group for the success of the program, identify resources and funding for future sustainability of the program. We will now look at the task group. This is the operational wing of the program management. This core group plays an important role in the program management. Some of the roles of this task group in program management are to consult with partners, to learn from other people's experience, to consult with partners, to learn from other experiences, developing and coordinating networks, piloting ideas and projects, understanding appraisal and making proposals on funding, governance and other structures. The important wings of the core development group are as follows. The program planning unit prepares the plan of program such as mission, its objectives, strategies of implementation, activities amongst other things. Second one is the communication development unit. As the governance is related to the communication development governance, therefore, the communication development unit plays an important role in the structure of governance. It not only coordinates with program planning unit, but also draws the link with the monitoring and evaluation unit. It also works in tandem with the higher level management wing such as program advisory committee and steering committee. The third unit, monitoring and the evaluation unit. Last but not the least, this is an important wing of the task force to establish a monitoring and evaluation unit. This unit has significant importance in formulating right monitoring and evaluation strategy for the successful implementation of the program. The area experts work closely to formulate appropriate strategies for monitoring and evaluation. They also conduct either directly or indirectly through other agencies the monitoring and evaluation and document its findings and provide it to the higher wings of the governance for taking right decision for effective implementation of the program. Let us now go and examine steps in program governance. There are 6 steps in program governance. The first step is identification of the program. At the outset, the task group has to identify the program and develop necessary curriculum and pass it through the statutory bodies. The identification program needs a lot of homework on the part of the team engaged in the identification of the program. There should be subject and technical experts in the team. The second is initiate the program. After the identification of the program, the next step is to initiate the necessary activities for starting and launching of the program. The initiation of the program requires a lot of approval from different governance level, such as from the steering committee and also from the advisory committee. The team involved in the program has to be thorough enough to face the committee, make them understand and get the necessary approval. The third one is formulation of strategy. Strategy formulation is one of the vital components of the program governance. Without the appropriate strategy formulation, the desired result cannot be achieved. It has to take into consideration the factors like who will do what, when, what has to be done, etc. In this stage, complete activities and task mapping have to be done for better governance of the project. Accountability has to be fixed. The next one is development of organizational capability. After the strategy formulation, appropriate action has to be taken for capacity building of the personnel in the organization who are being involved in the program governance. The capacity building varies from one program to another depending on the program objectives and personnel deployed in the program. Next one is implementation of the program. The communication development program has to be implemented. The personnel involved in the program have to perform their task diligently and take the responsibility of implementing the tasks assigned to them. Next one is monitoring and evaluation. Monitoring and evaluation is an important wing of program governance. The success of any program depends on the effective monitoring at each and every phase of the program implementation and removing deficiencies. Monitoring starts from the beginning of the program implementation. However, evaluation of the program is done at the midterm as well as at the end of the program. Both internal as well as external evaluation is suggested as an impartial way and good governance means of monitoring and evaluation. We now go to the closing of the program. Finally, the program has to be closed and utilization certificate to the donor agencies along with the monitoring and evaluation report has to be submitted. The successful implementation of the program leads to satisfactory closing. It is observed that many programs were not properly closed, which led to many audit objections and also complaint from the donor agencies. We will now go on to the conclusions from this module. Program governance is one of the key aspects of effective implementation of any development communication program. Therefore, knowledge about the structure of governance will be helpful for effective program governance. This unit has dealt with the principles of program governance, its structure, the important steps in program governance. Creating a structure of program governance will enable the organization to effectively formulate, implement and monitor the program implementation. On the other hand, the steps of program governance will enable the effective conduction of the program. Thank you.